How much mischief can a girl get into if she really tries? That's the official tagline, 1971, Schoolgirl. Hey, you guys in the mood for some San Francisco counterculture? Counterculture, everything looks like it's from Dazed and Confused. She's a 19-year-old driving a VW Bug. This is some San Francisco counterculture. This one's for you, Producer Pete. All right, we got a group of kids, and they're going to write a paper on subcultures. That's their assignment. That's the plot of this movie, Subcultures. Paul Gerber directed this movie. He's made 5 films, 2 which were released by Something Weird Video, and this was one of them. So this was released by Something Weird in 1996 on VHS. Have you ever seen it? Paul was a writer, director, DP. Like I said, only 5 movies. In this film, he just directed it, and there's no writing credit. I'm pretty sure this was just improvised. Want to know what's crazy? Richard Corliss is a film critic, and he was on record numerous times saying everyone, remember this was the chic times, everyone should have an adult film in their favorites as a guilty pleasure. Now, what year was it? Okay, so in 1978, Richard Corliss for Time magazine wrote his top 100 films of all time. And to put his money where his mouth is, he included a couple adult films in his top 100 of all time. And 1971's Schoolgirl was in there. I wonder if that helped get it re-released on Something Weird. Being on a top 100 of all time, being an obscure film that doesn't look too good and doesn't sound too good and is not super cohesive. I like all 3 of those things. That probably doesn't help, or it probably doesn't hurt to get it re-released, you know what I'm saying? One of the things I like that Teach, the professor, he gives all these examples of subcultures. 2 of his examples are extreme right-wing and extreme left-wing political groups. His examples are the Weathermen and the Birches, which extreme left in the hippie days was the Weather Underground. Extreme right, which he calls the Birches, is the John Birch Society. I thought that was kind of funny. Who do you think has better comedy, the far left or the far right? Honest question. Okay, everybody in this movie, their character names are their actual names. And we're going to talk about all of them when we get back after the movie.
Roll the clip.
In our discussion of subcultures, we're dealing with D.W. Graft, 1965, Cambridge sociologist, who did an eminent study on rats, where he reproduced a subculture setup using rats and found identical habits being formed in the rats of a ghetto subculture, blacks, Chicanos, the like. Cambridge's study leads us around to our paper, which we're going to be doing for this class. And the paper is going to be on subcultures. What I want is original research. I don't want going to books and reproducing what you've read in books. I want you to go out and do authentic, original research on subcultures. All right, you all have the handout that lists Graft's findings and his results. I want you to use that as a stepping off point. So look around at the subcultures of musicians, the subcultures of actors, the subcultures of blacks, of Chicanos, subcultures of college students, the subcultures of intellectuals. Okay, there's a whole field, there's a whole wide gamut that you can work with. That's the area that I want you to concentrate on. When you do your papers, I want them to be professional quality. This is a class, all right? I want everything up to snuff. We'll use the standard forms you've been using on term papers throughout your college career. Okay, are there any questions then on the papers? Okay, if there aren't, everyone understands subculture. Everyone understands what has been done from the handout. If there's no further questions, then Yes. Yes, any subculture. If you can discover a new subculture, that would be good too. There's new subcultures developing. There's a hip subculture. Okay, that's evident everywhere. It's also a very straight subculture. There's a right-wing subculture. There's an offshoot of a right-wing subculture. You've got weathermen on one extreme. You've got birches on another extreme. Okay, anything is a subculture, if you can define it as a subculture. We went over the definition of subculture, so you know what that is. Okay, so anything you can discover as a subculture. Do research on it. Do original research. Get in and discover it. Find out. What is that subculture? What makes it tick? Okay, this leaves the field pretty wide open. Don't take standard subcultures necessarily, like blacks. This is a very standard subculture. There are subcultures within blacks. Okay? Graff discovered with rats that they developed their own subcultures. Rats look like a subculture by themselves. They developed heterosexual subcultures, homosexual subcultures. They developed a subculture of elite leaders, for example. This is in a rat population. So we can apply the rat population to the population as a whole. Okay, those are good examples of cultures that you can look at, as opposed to the usual cultures. Okay, are there any other questions then about the paper? Okay, then I'll see everyone Friday. You want to go get a coat?
What are you doing? I'm starting a music class today. Music class? It's your turn today. Oh, shit. Well, I'll get something to do. What are you going to do? Let's see, George. What do you like?
So as I was coming out of the student union building, I noticed the sign that said they're forming a Young Democrats Club on campus.
Yeah, you going to join?
Yeah, I think, if I get in right in on the beginning of it, I'll probably get some position of leadership.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, for a freshman, it's hard to get into anything.
Really? Really? If you could get, at the top right away, that'd be really good.
Yeah. How's your hand doing?
It's okay. How's your bike doing?
I'm going to get rid of it.
Really?
I think it probably taught me a good lesson.
Yeah, really. It was pretty frightening. I was really scared.
Well, you were scared.
Did you get any notes on that lecture for social class a couple days ago?
No, I'm kind of fed up with that class. I don't think I'm going to take any more notes anyway.
Oh, wow.
After the first test, it's pretty obvious what he last. Then what I try and do is remember the last test and just listen during his lectures for what I think it's going to come out.
Yeah, I just needed some notes.
Is like crap. I got fed up with that in high school.
I know, but I need some notes on that one lecture. Kind of bad,
How was your day at school today?
It was really great. I went out with George for the afternoon.
Yeah, after class.
Yeah, we took a walk. We had a good time.
Good.
What'd you do?
Well, I started a music class today, which was really nice.
Wow, who's your teacher?
Mr. Richards.
He's really cute.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I think I'm going to start taking piano lessons privately, too. He gives them, I think, Friday afternoons.
Whatever you do, don't tell George, because I really don't want him to know. He'd never understand. Hello, I'm calling in regards to your ad in the bar.
Oh, hi, you must be Debra. Won't you come in? Debra, this is my wife, Elizabeth.
Hello, Debra. Sit down. How old are you? 19. Perfect. I'm not sure I understand what's going on here. Well, let me explain.
Hello?
Hello?
Who is this?
Well, you know me. My name's Debra.
What do you want?
Well, I saw you out in the bar, and I just, kind of wanted to call and find out.
What character did you see?
What are you reading, Susan?
Fountainhead for the third time.
Oh, I'm really tired.
No, so am I. Feeling to giving me a back rub?
Sure, why don't you come on over and give you a back rub? What have you been doing the past week, Susan?
Oh, not much. Taking piano lessons. Listen, George has been by a lot and calling, and I've seen it a couple of times at school, and he's really worried about you. You haven't answered any of his phone calls or anything, and he just wants to know what you've been up to. What have you been up to?
The magic words. Through the door. Come to the door.
Come in.
I think you should answer it. She might not hear us.
They couldn't find the horn.
No, that's
This is Susan.
Hi.
This is Gerber.
Well, hi.
This is Caballero. Looking good. Choice up?
But it's really warm.
Yeah. Want a joint?
Yeah, that's a nice way.
Today we're going to present our papers that we've been working on verbally in class, and the first person who's going to deliver their presentation is Debra. She's ready. Debra? Do you need anything?
No. Well, I chose subcultures for my paper, and the way I researched it was through advertisements in underground newspapers, which, of course, they never seem to find.
What did you think of the movie? What do you think of this Joe Bob t-shirt? It's so damn tiny. It's so tiny on me. Hey, I've worked out 6 times in 2024. I'm getting mad buff so I can fit into my t-shirt collection. Not really, but what am I talking about? The cast, the people in this movie, everyone with their names. Debra Allen. Debra Allen plays Debra. She's only been in a couple movies, 3. And one of those 3 movies we know is Schoolgirl. One of the other is The Flesh Factory, which was an Artie Mitchell movie. Artie Mitchell obviously is, or not obviously, I don't know. I don't know your level of knowledge. One of the Mitchell brothers who made Beyond the Green Door only a year after this movie. And he's the one who got killed by his brother. Jim killed Artie. But this is G-rated, so let's not talk about that. That's teetering the line. But the Mitchells were counterculture. They were 70s. They were everything that this film encompasses. Those gents were in that scene. Her friend is Susan David. She plays Susan. And this was her only film. Another only film ever was Eric Humphery. Eric Humphery was the professor who was playing Professor Humphrey. He gets to use his last name. Everyone else has to use their first name. And then George McDonald. George McDonald is her boyfriend. What's his name in the movie? George. And he is from Beyond the Green Door. He's been in a good handful of movies. 19, I think. George McDonald's first film ever was also our director of Schoolgirl, Paul Gerber's first film ever. So they started their career together. What else do I got here? I guess that looks like it's it. Hey, I'm going on a girl run. Do you need anything? I'm going on a girl run. Does anybody need anything? What does that mean? Well, you will see in the next couple days. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching. Don't subscribe, don't like, don't share, just watch. Thank you for putting up with me. I'm going on a girl run. I'm going to bring back some girls. And I don't ever introduce myself anymore. Maybe say it last. Hi, I'm Jason from Barefoot, and you're watching Squeaky Clean Adult Films.